I wanted to. Has anybody gotten the if you have an S26 Ultra, has anybody gotten the April security patch update? Because apparently it's out, but it's nowhere to be found. I bring that up because there is a camera update in the April security patch for the S26 Ultra specifically. What camera update am I talking about? Well, it's to fix some blurry images. Now, you might wonder, well, blurry images, what the hell is going on? Well, apparently there is a bug with the 3x zoom. Now, this has come up with me specifically. I remember I don't remember what day it was, but it was one of the first few days I had the phone and I was just simply testing the camera out. And I specifically remember taking a 3x, and this bug particularly pops up when there's uh, below average lighting, meaning not much light, not necessarily. Well, yeah, I guess it could be a night shot, but anywhere where there's not a decent amount of light, this will pop up in a 3x zoom. So if you go to pictures, if you go to your camera and you hit the 3x zoom down at the bottom, or you scroll it to 3x, blurry shots. And I remember this picture specifically I took of my cat, blurry shot. So apparently that's getting fixed among obvious security patches. Now, I wanted to take a deep dive to see if it was just the 3x, or if they're not only going to fix the 3x blurry photos, but also fix anything else here, and or improve upon anything else in the camera application. Um, it's not the it's not the greatest camera experience in the world, but it's essentially at a point where it's at a it'll do. It'll do status, meaning like it's not the best camera phone I've ever used, but it gives you, I think it's a little more consistent with shots than the previous models, previous flagship Samsungs, but it's not going to blow you away. There's been one or two shots, maybe three, I can think of specifically where I was like, wow, that's really good. But the majority of shots are going to be average, right? And we'll get into here in a minute the very appears to be the very best camera phone coming to the global stage. We got the release date, we got the big camera details. You're not going to want to miss it. But jumping back into Samsung, and that's one of the, and here you get to see an example. You have 1x on the left, and it may be hard to tell from your viewership of the screen, but you could see where the 3x, if you compare that 3x photo to any of the two on the left or the one on the right, it does appear to be more blurry. And I'm assuming it's something in when it processes that image at 3x. There's a glitch in there. They obviously said it's a bug, but it doesn't process it properly. That's one of the things on the S26 Ultra that I think when you get the phone and or you're thinking of getting this phone, you have to keep, in mind that it's not the very best camera experience. It'll do. It'll do, but it's not the best. And that's really where they can improve upon moving into the future. I think that's the biggest thing they can improve upon moving into the future. Minus the 10-bit display, minus the UFS 4.0 storage, and they could be using 4.1. We all get that. But the camera quality is really one of the more focused on aspects of these phones is the cameras. And look, these things are not cheap. I think this one was $1,500. They get the upgraded storage variant, so they should bring a little bit more to the table. And I think that's fair criticism for any phone company, not just Samsung, right? Any phone company. So hopefully they'll improve upon that. I've heard Well, now moving into the future, I don't know if they're going to improve much, because I got word before last month, when we got word Samsung was in crisis emergency management mode, where they need to maximize profits because they're just not bringing as much in as they used to. Um, I'm not sure they're going to upgrade the hardware and the cameras anymore. Like, this may be a penny pinching thing moving forward with Samsung in these Galaxy phones, for the foreseeable future. It sucks for us, the users, because we're the ones that get screwed in the end, right? We have to probably pay more. I think we're going to see a price increase on the S27 series. And what are they going to bring to the table for that price increase? I have no freaking clue. Uh, it looks like I don't know what they're going to do. These sensors are a few years old, maybe more. I mean, can they rely on these for one more year? Sure. Should they? I don't think so. I think it's time to move on, but I'm not in charge of Samsung, so uh, who knows? What's going on, man? Happy Good Friday to you as well. Thank you very much. We're about to do a giveaway. Well, give me a few minutes, then we'll do a giveaway. It's not going to be super long. How long have I been on? For 11 minutes? We'll get through a couple more things here, and then we'll do a giveaway. So, um, to close out this topic, this issue is scheduled to be fixed and improved in a future software upgrade. Please understand that it may take some time for the fix to be reflected in the version to be released, so we are unable to provide a detailed release schedule at this time. That's the official Samsung statement, but insiders are saying it's in the April security patch. So if you have an S26 series, or S26 Ultra, oh, good question. Is this bug just in the S26 Ultra, or is it for the S26 and or S26 Plus? I don't know. Typically, when we talk about S26, we're mainly talking about the Ultra, right? I think I would always try to include S20 or the base model and the Plus model whenever talking about the S24, S25. But now, with more and more people buying the Ultra than the other models, it's like, why even mention the other model? Honestly, who? I mean, look, I got a for my trade-in device for one of these. I got a S25, just the base S25, the small one. It's a pretty nice little phone. Like, if you need a if you like small phones, the base model's pretty freaking nice. So, but everybody focuses on the biggest and the best uh, model. So I can easily see why the other ones get overlooked, but they're still very nice devices.